Indian knowledge system is often neglected and less read even by the scholars of politics. We are somehow wired to view Indian knowledge system through Western philosophical thought. Should we not allow indigenous terms to speak their own register? We shall start our journey with Kautilya. We are grateful to Dr. Nanda Kishor for thoughtfully curating this program for the Dialectics. Welcome to the first episode of our series Unpacking Arthasastra, where we explore 20 key terminologies from each chapter of the Arthasastra. Are you ready to step into Kautilya's world? Let us begin with our very first term today. What does it take to become a successful king, or in the current democratic scenario, to become a successful leader? Of course, it requires power. But in the world of Kautilya, power alone was never enough. Yes, with power in hand, a king could command legions of armies, control massive wealth, and rule vast lands. But without one other thing, his kingdom would crumble. And that one thing is Vinaya. Yes, Vinaya is quintessential for a ruler that Kautilya places Vinaya at the very opening of the Arthasastra. Let's see what Vinaya is. In general, Vinaya means personal discipline and virtuous conduct. But for Kautilya, Vinaya is not just personal discipline, but an ethical and intellectual order, a framework that anchors kingship. A ruler with Vinaya is a ruler with restraint, humility, learning, and moral self-regulation. But one may ask, these qualities of restraint, humility, self-regulations, aren't they just personal virtues? How do these become public necessity that is much required for a successful kingship? To answer this, we shall investigate the relationship between Vinaya and the political power. For a successful kingship, it requires both power and Vinaya. Kautilya warns power without Vinaya becomes a tyranny. Consider a king who has no self-restraint, zero humility, a egomaniac, and no willingness to learn. In essence, who lacks Vinaya. But this ruler has unlimited political power in his hand. The state he rules will be an excellent example of a perfect tyranny which would eventually fall. Now, scenario 2. Vinaya without power. A state with a ruler who has Vinaya but no real power will end up becoming an ineffectual idealism. Thus, the ruler's discipline is not just a private virtue but a public necessity. Vinaya ensures that authority is exercised with deliberation, proportionality, and foresight. Unlike ascetic traditions that valorize withdrawal, Kautilya's Vinaya is worldly, functional, and pragmatic. Vinaya demands a king to have mastery over impulses that distort judgment, such as anger, greed, and fear, because these impulses directly affect a king's judgment and thereby the statecraft. A king with Vinaya is a disciplined king who is credible and respected by ministers, subjects, and even rivals. Vinaya thus operates as the moral infrastructure of governance. As we said earlier, Kautilya places Vinaya at the very opening of Arthasastra to signal that political success begins with self-governance. Without it, even the most sophisticated administrative machinery collapses under the weight of personal excess and irrationality. We now put forth an important question to you. Are leaders born or made? Do you think rulers are born with innate ruling qualities? Or anyone can develop them through their efforts to become rulers? Well, Kautilya has answered this centuries back. According to Kautilya, Vinaya is pedagogical, meaning Vinaya is a virtue that can be acquired by anyone through rigorous training in sastras and lived practices rather than innate character. Stay with us. At the Dialectics, we unpack more of Kautilya's timeless wisdom. Hit that subscribe button now.